So I got this message from somebody the other day. It says, "Hey, Scott, there's a tutorial that I found, but it's using Ableton. Could you possibly help find a way of doing the same thing demonstrated, but with Logic Pro 9? A common feature of dance and techno music is using filters and delays before the introduction of another pattern. When applying an effects plugin on a track, how do you apply the effect to the last 1 or 2 bars rather than the entire track?" Well, that's a very good question, and you know what? In my humble opinion, I would say it's got everything to do with automation. Okay, you can do just about anything you want with automation. First things first, we're going to go ahead and do some work with this here jingle I came up with. You want to hear it? Thought you would. Here it goes. All right, so you get the idea. It's just a basic little loop I threw together real quick. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and hit these 2 channels up with a filter and then a delay and maybe do some other funky stuff. And I want it to kind of ease its way in, starting about right there, about the middle of the 6th measure and work its way on in. And then I want to pop back to normal right there at the beginning of the 9th measure. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get on up into our mixer by pressing Command 2, but I got a screen set number 2 already set up for it, okay? And now what we want to do is go ahead and just click and drag and select both of those channels there, all right? And you see where it says stereo out? Go ahead and click right there, and we're going to send that to a bus. We're going to send it to bus number 1, okay? Now, whenever I play it, everything, these 2 channels are going to be going completely here. Watch. You see that there? There we go. So we're good, okay? Now, since I've done that, I want to go ahead and put me, like I said, I'm going to get an EQ on there. So I'm going to double click right there on the channel EQ box. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and disable these bands because I ain't going to be using them. And then I want to enable the 2 bands that I do want to use. Also, a little helpful thing is to adjust the Q. I'm going to get on that little node right there and just click and hold it. I'm going to drag it up a little bit just to kind of accentuate that effect a little more. Okay? You don't have to do it if you don't want. There aren't any rules here. I'm just trying to show you a couple of tips and tricks. All right, now eventually I know I'm also going to want a delay on there, but we'll come back and do that, okay? So now let's go ahead and get on up into our arrange page so we can do some automation on that channel. Let's hit 1 and go back to arrange page and get busy. Wait, well, where is it? I don't see it. Well, I'm glad you should ask that. Okay, what we're going to do, let's get back in our mixer. The aux channel is not showing up on the arrange page, okay? In order for that to happen, we have to put it into a record mode, all right? So all I'm going to do for now is just click the off box right there. That's my mode box. And I'm going to just put it on read and watch here. Boom. There it is. It popped up for us. How cool is that? So let's go ahead and cut our automation on by clicking on the automation tab or hitting A on our keyboard, all right? And come on over to our display box there. And I'm going to go up to channel EQ, and I first want to automate the high cut frequency, all right? And so now there we are. I'm going to go ahead and utilize my secondary tool, which happens to be my marquee tool, by pressing and holding my command button. And I've also got snap to grid set to smart, by the way. But I'm going to go ahead and line it up, you know, approximately with that 2nd beat of the 6th measure. This ain't no exact science, whatever sounds good ultimately. And then we're going to release right there at the beginning of the 9th measure and click. Boom. And that gives me a couple of nodes. Now I'm just going to click and drag them on down. Okay. And again, you do this to taste. There's all kinds of ways to skin a cat in Logic. So, let's listen to that real quick and see how it sounds. Sounds cool to me. I'm digging that. I'm digging that. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit the triangle right here in the bottom left-hand corner because we want to get another lane of automation up. Go to your display box and choose channel EQ. And I'm going to come on down and I'm going to get my low cut frequency, all right? This way I can see what's going on with everything as I do it. Now I want to do the same thing. Click and hold my command button, all right? And I'm going to click right there, and I'm going to go on to my 9th measure, boom, and release. Click right here, bring it up to about right there, and then bring it on down and make a nice little slope, okay? Now, let's check out what we got and see how it looks. Let's watch the little box here. You'll see it happening right there in the box now. All right. I like the way that sounds, okay? So now let's go ahead and put us a delay on there, all right? Now, the thing is that you could probably go ahead and do everything that I'm showing you with the Delay Designer if you really wanted to. The Delay Designer is an extremely professional plugin, in my opinion. I love it. But I want to show how you can do it with just a basic delay. All right. Also, in case there's somebody, say, from Logic, you know, an earlier version of Logic who doesn't have Delay Designer, then they'll know they can do it with a regular old Echo or whatever. So let's go ahead and click on the Echo, why don't we? Boom. All right, now let me see here. I'm assuming this is going to be good. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, I kind of like the way that sounds. Okay, so the max is up there. Let's go ahead and reverse this right quick just so we have a good starting point. I want it to start off completely dry and work its way up to be completely wet. I'm going to get it on a nice starting point. Let's go ahead and close it out. Get back into our range page. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit the triangle again. All right, so we can grab our delay, the echo. Come on, let's do dry first, okay? And it's going to come up. It's at 100%. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come about to the 7th measure because that's where I want to do this. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. And I'm going to come from the 7th measure and drag to the 9th and release and click on it. And we're going to do the same thing. Just click to where it goes all the way down. And now remember, though, you want it to start off at 100%, at least for this effect. That's how I want it to start. Now let's see what we got. I heard it and I saw it moving. All right, so let's go ahead and hit it right here. Boom. And let's go ahead and try something a little different this time. Let's go ahead and change the mode and put it into touch mode, okay? I'm going to show y'all something that's pretty nifty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press play, and I'm going to ride this slider right here, okay? And then whenever I release it, at the beginning of the 9th measure, it's going to go back to 0. Watch this, because I got it in touch mode. Watch this here. Release. Saw that there? Now, granted, it's a little skittish, all right, but you get the point. Watch. Pretty cool. I'm digging that, man. I'm feeling it. Okay, so that's a little bit about the automation and how you can apply some effects and stuff. Now, that ain't very pretty, I know, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. That's called live automation, by the way. What we've been doing was static, okay? But, you know, that's just a couple of ways that you could do this. Now, you could always go ahead and send this out to another bus and then record the audio and do whatever you want and cut it up and slice it and dice it till the cows come home, okay? There are no rules, and I want y'all to know that. Be creative, all right? This is Logic. This is not rocket science. This is meant to be fun, okay? And if I can do this, believe me, y'all can do it, okay? I appreciate y'all watching. I hope I helped you out some. I hope you were entertained, all right? Y'all stick around and stay tuned. Save early, save often. Rock and roll and word up.